Welcome back, guys. Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell had a deal this whole time, a plan to have $2,000 stimulus checks approved, and that plan is currently unfolding. Make sure to stick around for the details, but first, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, don't forget to click the link in the description to get your 4 free stocks. Webull has partnered with me to provide free stocks for my viewers, valued up to $1,600. All you need to do is click the link in the description. All right, guys, let's get right into it. First of all, if you watched my last video, you already know that stimulus payments are beginning to go out tonight, as Secretary Steven Mnuchin said that today the U.S. Treasury and the IRS are beginning to deliver those second round of stimulus checks. Now, some people will receive their direct deposit payments as early as tonight. So if you're watching this video and you received your payment, please let us know in the comments below. But millions of Americans will begin to receive their direct deposit payments in the next 24 to 48 hours, and those mail-in paper checks will begin to be sent out later today. Guys, please hit the like button if you like that news. These checks are way ahead of schedule. And again, you have to make sure that your address is correct with the IRS. If you're not sure, go to irs.gov/address changes, and there you can double check and make sure your address is correct. If it's not, you can call the number in order to change it. Of course, they're going to verify your info, but don't use any other website except for the irs.gov website, because there is a lot of fraud out there that is tricking people to steal their information. And of course, that is just for people who are getting paper checks. If you're getting direct deposit, you should receive it in the same bank account that you received it last time. Guys, let's get right into Donald Trump's plan to have these $2,000 stimulus checks approved. And it looks as though Trump and McConnell have had a back-end deal this entire time. Now, let's back up a little bit. Last week, Trump refused to sign that smaller stimulus package. Everybody was shocked, including Republicans. But at the same time, some people were speculating that Trump and McConnell had a secret deal, a plan to get these stimulus checks approved. And well, now we see that McConnell has responded with a counteroffer to Democrats. And McConnell now wants $2,000 stimulus checks approved, but he wants some of these things that Trump has demanded. So it's all coming to fruition, and it does seem as though Trump and McConnell had a deal this entire time to set up Democrats to either approve $2,000 stimulus checks or make them look bad for denying people those larger checks. But let's recap exactly what happened the last couple of days and what is expected to happen today, as Republicans are set to take this to a vote in the Senate. Well, as all of you know, a few days ago, Trump tweeted, "Good news on COVID relief, more details to come." That was all he said. Everybody was wondering exactly what he meant. Of course, we all knew it meant he was going to sign the smaller package, but besides that, we did not know what he was alluding to. And then Lindsey Graham, he kind of spoiled it a little bit. He said, Congress will vote on additional stimulus checks and on repealing Section 230, all wins for the American people. Well done, Mr. President. Now, of course, Trump usually wants to be the first to tell you exactly what he's doing, and it seems as though Lindsey Graham kind of spoiled the surprise a little bit. But we'll get into that in just a second. But essentially, McConnell created his own bill, which includes $2,000 stimulus checks. He is set to put that to a vote today. However, he also included a repeal of Section 230, which essentially would allow Trump to sue Twitter for censoring his tweets, as well as other social media companies as well. Of course, that's not the only thing it would do. It would also remove liability protections in general from these social media companies. But for the purposes of this video, the main thing it would do in regards to Trump is allow him to sue Twitter for censoring his tweets. Now, Lindsey Graham also said, both are reasonable demands. I hope Congress is listening. The biggest winner would be the American people. Trump just said today, unless Republicans have a death wish, it is also the right thing to do. They must approve $2,000 stimulus checks ASAP. $600 is not enough. Also, get rid of Section 230. Don't let big tech steal our country, and don't let the Democrats steal the presidential election. Get tough. So what exactly was Mitch McConnell's counteroffer? What's included? And what is it going to take to get these $2,000 stimulus checks approved? Well, just to recap, Democrats approved $2,000 stimulus checks in the House. They took it to the Senate. Now, McConnell refused to vote on that in the Senate. Now he is poised to present his counteroffer today, bring that to a vote. Republicans are expected to approve this and then pass it to Democrats. Now, will Democrats approve it? Well, let's take a look and see exactly what's included in it. Now, first of all, one thing I want to point out is that these $2,000 checks, the way Democrats wrote it, it would also include a $2,000 check for children dependents. This McConnell bill does not do that. It leaves the children dependent payments at $600 and increases the adult payments to $2,000. So right off the bat, these payments are a lot smaller if you have kids. Not only that, it also excludes those who are married to people without a social security number. So if you're married to an illegal immigrant, you would not receive these larger $2,000 stimulus checks. Of course, Democrats included people who were married to illegal immigrants. But mainly, they included a repeal of Section 230, which I covered previously, and they are also creating a committee which would commission a study of voter fraud and help study the election results from this last presidential election, guys. And let me know in the comments if you agree. Do you think there should be a commission to study these allegations of voter fraud? Now, it's not 100% clear what exactly the ramifications of this committee would be, but practically speaking, it would not change the outcome of the election, but it would add a legitimacy to Trump's message of the fact that there was a lot of voter fraud in this election. And as you know, Trump is a man of image and a man of his word, and he wants his word and his message solidified in Congress. And he does not want to be the only person in Congress saying there was voter fraud. So he wants an official committee who is studying this voter fraud issue, and this would essentially legitimize Trump's allegations of voter fraud in a sense, because even if they don't find enough widespread fraud, obviously, to overturn the election, which, I mean, to be honest with you, McConnell doesn't even expect that, it would at least add a level of legitimacy to Trump's claims. So there you have it. Trump not only wants to repeal Section 230 so he can sue Twitter and say whatever he wants on Twitter without being flagged, but he also wants an official committee to study this voter fraud to add a legitimacy to his contention of this election, guys. But let me know in the comments, do you think Democrats would approve this? Essentially, Democrats would have to be willing to not only exclude these $2,000 checks from children, they'd also be willing to repeal Section 230 and create this committee to study voter fraud. Now, this committee would be expected to be half Democrat and half Republican, so a bipartisan committee. And again, it would not change the outcome of the results, but it would add a level of legitimacy to Trump's message, which of course he wants to carry on that message as he does plan to run again for office in 2024. Now, taking a look at Twitter, top congressmen like Pelosi, Bernie Sanders have been really quiet. We have not had a direct response to McConnell's new bill from Bernie Sanders, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. No top Democrats have responded, but we do expect to hear a response in the next few hours, guys. But okay, guys, let's point out the elephant in the room. Now, was this deal between Trump and McConnell, this plan, was it actually meant to approve $2,000 stimulus checks, or is it just meant to make Republicans look good, make Trump look good, and make Democrats look like the bad guy when they reject this deal and do not approve it? Because let's be clear, the fact that McConnell and Trump want to include the repeal of Section 230 and this committee for voter fraud is looking as a no-go and as a deal breaker for Democrats to approve it. So essentially, experts are saying, hey, McConnell knows what it takes to not get these checks approved, and that is what he's including in this bill, guys. So don't forget to subscribe. We will have updates daily on the $2,000 stimulus checks, the unemployment boost, as well as stimulus for those on Social Security. Now, just to quickly recap, if you're waiting for that unemployment boost, how long will these payments take to arrive? Well, depending on your state, because this is at a state level. Now, each state has its own program to put in place. It is expected to take 1 to 2 weeks for most states to implement these payments. Now, the best thing you can do is go to your own personal unemployment insurance portal, log in, and you should have the most specific information for your state there. But I will have updates daily as specific states have more information on exactly when their unemployment boosts will be distributed. And just to recap as well, some people will qualify for an extra $100 per week on top of that $300 per week boost. Now, this is called the mixed earner unemployment compensation. And bottom line here, if you have a regular W-2 job and you have a side hustle, you might qualify for this. I won't get into the nuance of it because the examples are really specific, but the best thing you can do is if you have a side hustle and a regular job, contact your local unemployment office and make sure you ask them if you qualify for the mixed earner unemployment compensation or that extra $100 per week unemployment boost. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you like this content. And if you made it this far into my video, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really means the world to me, and I really do appreciate every single view. My thoughts go out to each and every one of you during this hardship. I've had so many comments from people who truly deserve the help. And if you're watching this video, you're probably going through a difficult season in your life. Just know that you will get through this and you will be in a better place. Stay strong out there and keep taking steps towards a better tomorrow. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.